TomoNews presents Meteorites and Asteroids.
Japan plans to open the 2020 Olympics with an artificial meteor shower. Japan aims to bedazzle spectators at the 2020 Summer Olympics by combining astronomy and entertainment, creating a kind of light show that no one on Earth has ever seen. To kickstart the 2020 Olympics, a Japan-based startup plans to send a satellite carrying up to 1,000 pellets, each with a price tag of $8,100, into space. A single pellet measures a couple centimeters in diameter, but what they're made from is kept a secret. The startup will launch the satellite from Earth, and once the satellite has stabilized its orbit around the planet, it will then eject the pellets using a special device that has not been disclosed. Once the pellets enter the Earth's atmosphere, they'll catch fire when they're about 40 to 50 miles from the ground. The pellets are coated in different chemicals so that the flames can emit different colors. The meteor shower will be visible even in the presence of Tokyo's light pollution, and the pellets will travel slower than natural shooting stars. The developer of this pricey light show hopes that their artificial shooting stars, by igniting public interest in astronomy, will support future astronomical projects in Japan.
Fireball spotted over Bangkok. Was it a meteor, balloon, or space junk? This video, captured on Dashcam, shows a blazing fireball hurtling toward Earth over the sky of Bangkok early Monday morning. If you think this video looks fake, think again. Other amateur footage shows the same celestial event from different angles. But what was it? Probably not that, dude. An official at the Bangkok Planetarium told the Bangkok Post the object could have been a burning balloon. Another possibility is that the object was space junk. Satview.org reports that satellite Flock 1B11 entered the Earth's atmosphere at around the same time as the sighting. But the most likely explanation, according to Saran Pashiachinda of the National Astronomical Research Institute of Thailand, is that it was extraterrestrial. He told CNN that a satellite would have been traveling on a west-east axis. He also said the meteor likely burned up before reaching the Earth's surface.
A large asteroid will be whizzing by soon. A whopper of a space rock is set to get up close and personal to Earth in the coming days. But fear not, it's not on a collision course, so no asteroid apocalypse yet. An asteroid known as 2014 JO25 is roughly 650 meters across. That's the height of the world's second tallest building, or the length of 6 NFL football fields. NASA says the massive rock will pass Earth at a safe distance of 1.8 million kilometers, or about 4.6 times the distance from the Earth to the Moon. The asteroid will approach Earth from the direction of the Sun and is set to fly past on April 19th. With a surface twice as reflective as the Moon, the asteroid will still be visible in the sky for those using only small telescopes. The rock will only be visible for 1 or 2 nights. It's a rare opportunity for astronomers to study the massive specimen, which won't be this close again for at least 500 years.
Apocalyptic asteroid nearly misses Earth. Earlier this month, a Chinese telescope captured images of an asteroid headed toward Earth. The asteroid was recently observed by the Purple Mountain Observatory in Nanjing. Named 2009 ES by the Minor Planet Center, the asteroid is one of 1,640 bodies identified as on a potential collision course with Earth. Luckily, this one wasn't. The object ultimately missed us by a distance of 18.8 times of the distance between the Earth and the Moon. But should an asteroid of its size, measuring around 10,000 meters across, collide with Earth, the impact would be the equivalent of 3 billion atomic bombs. Similar to what scientists believe could have killed the dinosaurs.
This amazing 8-second video captured on an RCMP officer's dashcam showing a meteor soaring through the sky has made its rounds on the internet today. Luckily, we here at TomoNews have been able to grab the video in its entirety. The RCMP officer was heading along Highway 35 when his dashcam captured the thing zooming through the air. We were even able to get an extra technological super duper close-up to see the culprit behind this unbelievable Canadian phenomenon. The aftermath was horrendous, and we aren't even sure if Canada is still there. We sent correspondents out to assess the scene. First Russia and now Canada? Do you think these are signs of an impending apocalypse?
Prepare to get your mind blown. There's a bizarre new plan for what could be the world's tallest building, and it's literally out of this world. Instead of being built from the ground up, this futuristic skyscraper will be hanging down from the heavens. Analemma Tower is the brainchild of a New York City design firm. It consists of a tall tower suspended via cables from an asteroid that's been repositioned to orbit the Earth. The wandering skyscraper would be in a geosynchronous orbit, tracing a figure-8 path on its daily loop across the northern and southern hemispheres. The proposal calls for the tower to be constructed in Dubai, where costs are lower. Once completed, the massive structure will then be taken to New York via orbital transfer. With the upper part of Analemma constantly exposed to sunlight, power can be harnessed by space-based solar panels, while water can be filtered and recycled. Residential units will be placed 2/3 of the way up, with lower floors reserved for business and entertainment use. The plans don't specify how to get on and off the property, but illustrations suggest people would do so via parachutes. With such an outrageous proposal, there's no telling when or if the hanging tower will ever make it to the real world. Still, you never know.
U.S. Nuke Agency says it needs stockpiles of uranium to defend the planet from asteroids. The United States recently gave an interesting explanation for why it's holding on to stockpiles of enriched uranium that's used for nukes. The National Nuclear Security Administration says the nukes might be needed to defend the planet from asteroids. At last check, the U.S. possessed over 5,000 nukes, but under various treaties, the amount of uranium the U.S. holds is supposed to be shrinking. Hollywood has already solved this problem, but the U.S. Nuke Agency says landing a drilling crew on an asteroid is not possible, even if the team contains Bruce Willis. They claim the best hope for planetary defense would be to have a nuke nudge away any big rock headed towards the Earth. But what do you think? Is the U.S. really trying to save us from Armageddon, or is this just an excuse to hold on to its enriched uranium stockpiles?
Brilliant meteor spotted in Texas night sky.
California startup plans to mine asteroids for profit. A startup company from Silicon Valley, California, recently announced that it plans on launching a precursor mission in 2017 and will commence its first full-blown asteroid mining mission by 2020. The company wants to mine asteroids for water, carbon and other elements, precious metals, and even raw materials to build in space. It will begin with extracting water. Deep Space Industries plans on sending a small spacecraft named Prospector 1, weighing 50 kilograms when fueled, to low Earth orbit on an experimental mission in 2017. Once the first campaign is complete, Prospector 1 will hitch a ride on low Earth orbit, then orient itself toward an asteroid and jet propel itself to its target. Once near the asteroid, Prospector 1 will map the surface and subsurface of the asteroid to locate exploitable resources. Prospector 1 will then attempt to land on the asteroid. There, Prospector 1 will mine water, which it will use as fuel. The craft expels superheated water vapor to generate thrust. Asteroids will be selected by a group of experts. If successful, the first mission will pave the way for future spacecrafts to use asteroid water as refueling stations.
Yale scientists have confirmed the object that burst through a roof in Connecticut last week was, in fact, a meteorite. The space rock, about the size of a grapefruit, is estimated to be about 4.5 billion years old. Larry Beck was relaxing at home in Walcott, watching TV and not expecting visitors. As the chunk of rock hit the atmosphere, it broke up and created a loud sonic boom, heard in towns miles away. Some worried residents even made 911 calls. A little after 10 o'clock, Beck heard a loud bang overhead and saw pieces of his ceiling caving in as the rock got caught on a copper pipe. Beck figured a beam had come loose and didn't realize what had happened until he checked it out the next day. He and his wife are still trying to figure out if their insurance covers space rock damage. Incredibly, this is the third meteorite to hit houses in the state since the 1970s.
Thinks impacted in Antarctica, hurtling toward the